Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So in today's video, I thought I would share with you some really essential items that you might need going hiking. Everything comes from the Dollar Tree. So I live in the Pacific Northwest and we hike. I love hiking. I have hiked in short trips, long trips. I love hiking so much. So I thought I'd come up with the essential hiking bag for your really easy hikes, maybe 1 to 2 hours, nothing overnighter or anything like that. So if you're new to hiking, if you've never gone hiking and you're like, what do I even take? I'm here to help. And even if you do hike, you should always have a little backpack or a fanny pack. My husband normally carries a backpack, and then I just purchased this little fanny pack at the Dollar Tree. Everything that you do see today is $1.25. I love these little fanny packs. They are perfect for your little daytime type of hike. And what I like to do is I just put it over my shoulder, and so I just kind of wear it like this. And I really highly suggest a little fanny pack and key essentials to take with you when you're on that hike. So thank you guys so much. Like, share this video if you think it would help anybody, and comment down below, and let's go ahead and get started. So you're definitely going to need some type of little backpack or fanny pack. I like the fanny pack because it's easy if we're going on like a light hike. So what I'm talking with you today is light hike. So an hour, 2 hours, just the, nice, easy breezy hike. I mean, it could be hard, but we're not like going hiking all the way into the woods and stuff like that. We're not spending the night or anything like that. If you want me to do that type of video, I can certainly do that because you're going to need a lot of things. But this is just kind of your easy, we're going on a little trail hike about, 3 miles, 4 miles, something like that. Full trip. Okay, so I'm excited because I love to hike. So get a little fanny pack. They're super easy and they do fit in a lot of stuff. Like I said, everything comes from the Dollar Tree. These are not bad. So if you're on a budget, I mean, Dollar Tree is where it's at, honestly. Even though they've raised their prices, you can still find some really good quality items. So the first thing that I want to talk about is you want to get some type of insect repellent. 'Tis the season now where insects are everywhere. I mean, it's getting into the summer months. Everything's getting hot, mosquitoes, all that stuff. So I really like these. These are the Bugables, and they're the little wristbands. These work super good. All you have to do is put it on your wrist and you're good to go, especially if you hike in a lot of areas that have water and stuff. A lot of our hikes require, we have waterfalls and all the things. So it's really good to get some type of insect repellent, whether you spray it on you, you put lotion on you, anything. But these little bands work really good and they're easy to put on like in a day pack. So I would suggest any type of repellent, The next thing I want to talk about is this. So if you have not, you bought these new like hiking shoes and you didn't wear them in, you're gonna have blisters. And if you're not wearing good shoes or really good socks when you hike, you might get blisters. And so the worst thing you can do is be in a mile in and then get a big blister on your leg, or not leg, but your foot or whatever, your heel, your toe. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so painful to hike the rest of however miles you have up to like the top and back down. So I would always suggest to get these blister cushions. I grabbed this one because you get 5 cushions, but you have all different ones. So this one, they have tons at the Dollar Tree, but get the ones that have multiple ones. This is actually ones for like the cushion of your bed of your foot. You have one for the back for your toe. So get this one because it has multi-different spots because you never know where you're gonna get that blister. And these are really easy, small, compact. It comes in a case, so if you do drop your little bag or it gets wet, it's gonna be protected, which is really good. So pick one of these, just have these on backup, because let me tell you, you do not want a blister when you're out there hiking. I would always suggest break in those shoes before you go, especially the big, nice, thick, like hiking boots. You're definitely going to want to break those in before you head out. So pick your good shoes that have already been, you know, worn, and most likely you won't get blisters, but I always put these in here because you just never know. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is a headlamp. So you never know when you're gonna, I mean, it's really nice, especially if you go under waterfalls. There's been times where we go under the waterfalls and it gets a little dark. Light is really good. You might get into a shady part where it's super dark, and so a headlamp is gonna be key. They have them at the Dollar Tree. I use these all the time. We use headlamps all the time, and so I would highly suggest just putting a headlamp in. You can also do a flashlight, but then you're holding your flashlight, and so now you're gonna maybe be unbalanced if you're not, you know, used to hiking. This way your hands are completely free. If you do the walking sticks, you know, you don't want to be working with a flashlight. That's why I always have the headlamp, because it's just easy. Lights there, and then you don't have to think about it, and I love that. So these are really good. The Dollar Tree ones work perfect. Like I said, everything you can get at the Dollar Tree here, but you also can get in other stores as well. But the Dollar Tree headlamps are really, really good. Okay, another thing that I would highly suggest, especially if you're going into places that have waterfalls. So if you're going underneath a waterfall, you're gonna get this spray. And the one thing that is very annoying is if you do get wet, you're gonna be wet the whole time, and then you may be like rubbing, like your shorts may be rubbing. It can be all the hot messes. And so I would highly recommend the little ponchos. They come in different colors. I just picked up these because this one's just kind of little. It's one size fits all. It's in a little pouch, and it is perfectly easy. I mean, it's so easy to put it in your little pack. So highly suggest a poncho. A lot of people don't think about ponchos, and then you get to the waterfall and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm wet. My shoes are wet or whatever, you know, this type of stuff. So always grab a poncho. It's just, you just never know. It could, and we live in Pacific Northwest, so even, you know, it rains all the time here. So these are really nice to have. I also would suggest a pair of socks as well. So just in case your feet do get wet, you have to walk in by the river or over the river or whatever, and your shoe slips in, your shoes are going to be wet and your socks are going to be soaked, but at least you can take those socks and replace them with fresh, clean socks. So put a pair of clean socks in your little bag as well. And then if that ever happens, you also take some of these. These are the dog waste bags. These are really easy to take. They're perfect in size. They're not super bag, but any type of little small trash bag. I just use the dog like waste bags because they're easy. So if you do slip and you're like, oh no, my socks are wet, you can take those wet socks and put them in this bag and then tie it to your little bag and you're good to go. So that's another good thing. Plus too, if you're walking, this is what we always do. If we see garbage, you know, I wish that everybody would take their garbage and they would put it in the garbage can. A lot of the trails have them, but there's a lot of times where people just throw their Nutri-Grain bars or whatever. And so what I like to do is I take the little trash bags or dog waste bags, and if I see any garbage, I just pick it up and put it in my bag. It's just nice to do, you know, and so we do that. I've had to do it several times. So this is really a good, handy thing to have. You just never know what you're gonna need to throw away or whatever, just trash bags are really good to have. Another thing that is really good, you definitely want a little emergency kit. Now it depends. Now, so this is just like we're going on a light hike, nothing crazy. Now, if you get into like big hikes, if you're going to Smith Rock or you're going to Silver Falls and you're going to do like the 10-mile hike or whatever, and you're up and down, you're going to need a better emergency kit than just like this, like first aid kit. So this basically is just a portable. It's got your bandage, it's got your gauze, it's got just little things. So this is just like a little kit, just like lightly. But if you want me to do a video on like more of a hiking backpack, let me know, because there's all different kinds of stuff like bear spray and just all different kinds of stuff that you probably want to put in. And it just depends on kind of where you're going. Bear spray is really good to have. They actually have it right now at Costco. I think it's like $50 or something like that for 2 cans, which is nice. So I would just suggest a little first aid kit. Just make sure it just got kind of gauze, cleaning wipes and stuff like that, because you might fall down, scrape your arm, and it's good to have that type of stuff when you are hiking. Another thing that I highly suggest is some type of lip balm. You're gonna need lip balm. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm hiking and like my lips are dried out and it puts me in such a bad mood. So I'm always having lip balm really wherever I go. If you can find the lip balm that has like sunscreen protectant in it, that would be what I would go for, especially going into the summer months. And then put some sunscreen on. So whether it is the lotion, it's the spray, whatever it is, put it on before and then take it with you. And a hat would be really good as well. A big sun hat, you know. It just depends on where you're hiking. If you go to like Smith Rock, you are not covered. It is completely like open and the sun is pounding you. Whereas say you go to Silver Falls and there's lots of trees. It looks kind of like this behind me, lots of trees, waterfalls. You're gonna get sun, but there's a lot of shade from the trees. So just kind of like do your research on where you are going and make sure that you're prepared for that hike, because kind of each hike is a little different and might require a few different extra things, like say, you know, hats or like sunscreen protection and the lip balm. So that would be really good. And then I also like to use these. These are the antibacterial wipes. You just never know what you might, you just never know. I like to have these type of things. You can wipe your shoes with them. If you fall down, it's just really nice to have. You can also bring wet wipes like Tushy wipes or whatever too. Sometimes you will go into, the porta potties or the vault toilets and you'll go in there and they will not be, sometimes they're not clean, and not a lot of times, but sometimes you might run into, oh my gosh, there's no toilet paper, there's no nothing, and that's why the Tushy wipes come in really handy, because you can, clean yourself, do your thing, and not have to worry about, oh my gosh, I have nothing to clean myself with. So I would definitely highly suggest little Tushy wipes. Even if it comes in a big container, just take a few out and put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in your little bag, because I don't know how many times that's happened to myself, my husband, all of us that hike. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. It happens enough where I always have it on hand, and I have extras just in case someone comes like after me. I'm like, girl, they ain't nothing here. Take some of these and then you'll be good to go. Or, pack away a little bit of toilet paper as well. That's just really important. And I think a lot of people don't think of that, but you have to really think of a lot of things when you hike, because you just never know. You just never know. I love hiking, but you definitely need to be prepared. But the wipes and the Tushy wipes and then extra toilet paper, napkins would be really good to keep in your bag. And then what I really suggest is a multi-tool or some type of knife cutter or something like this. So this is just like the little small cutter knives. they didn't have the 3-in-1 or 6-in-1 like multi-tool, but something like that is really gonna be helpful. I'd always suggest putting that on yourself. You just never know. So something like that would be really helpful. They didn't have it at my Dollar Tree. They were completely gone, but some type of cutting tool, multi-purpose tool, something like that, you're definitely going to need. And then I also would suggest some type of whistle as well. You never know. I mean, 'tis the season, so bears are going to be out right now. A lot of critters are going to be out right now. You always pay attention. You look down, you can see fresh, you know, paw prints. If animals have lost, you know, if animals, you know, had little droppings or big droppings, and then you always want to just pay attention, listen. I always highly suggest be as loud as you can, giggle, laugh, like walk, and if you have like a little radio or whatever, we're always talking, we're always like, you know, being loud, so it might scare other critters off. There's all different kinds of safety protocols and stuff like that. I can do more videos on this if you guys want me to, but a whistle's really good to have. You just never know. And so whistles are just so easy to put in your little thing. And I'm pretty sure you can put, depending on the bear spray is like this big, but you probably could put your bear spray on here, or you actually probably can put it on a carabiner, which they do have at the Dollar Tree, the carabiners, and you can just have it hanging as well. So you can probably put some type, you know, stuff like that in here to have. But this is just like an easy little hiking pack that I think would be very good for you guys, especially coming into the summer months and you're going camping, or you're, you know, wanting to do a little hike, get out there and enjoy nature, which we love to do. I'm a hiking girl. I hike all the time. So I think this would just be perfect for those like little, you know, little hikes, nothing crazy, but you definitely want to be prepared. Always look up the hikes. Always when you go into like where you're hiking, they'll have a board and it'll post like cougar sighting or bear sighting or whatever. So make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. Read all the information that is provided for you on the little bulletin board as you get into your trail. I always suggest doing like a trail app. That is amazing. I think that's just in case you get lost or whatever, you can go. I think it's All Trails is what we use, and you start it and then it tells you exactly what trail to go to. It tells you all different ones. You can pick the easiest one. It actually will be like, this is, you know, the hardest trail. This is the easiest trail. This is like a 5-mile hike. This is like a 1-mile hike. And so I would definitely download the All Trails. We have it. We use it all the time, and it's pretty awesome. It does help. So definitely I think that would be like number one too, is just make sure that you're downloading the app, and also have a full battery. Make sure that you have a full battery. Now Dollar Tree does not like have the chargers, and so I would suggest more of a like charger where you can put it out on the sun and then the sun charge it. Something like that would be really good to have. So full battery, and then have some backup chargers, because you don't want to lose it just depends. I think every time I've gone camping and hiking, I haven't lost cell service yet, but you definitely don't want to have your battery die. So that's what I suggest in just a little fun, quick little hiking, little essential kit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like that. Comment down below and I will definitely do those for you guys. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.